The stage is essentially set for the Las Vegas Raiders with the 7th overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, meaning they could stick and pick, get their guy at quarterback if they want to. C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis, who's ever going to be there at 7. But then there's also the options of, hey, what's to be said of not building around Jarrett Stidham, or at least maybe addressing the position a little bit later in the draft? I think that's definitely something that should be considered. And I think there are three late-round quarterbacks that the Raiders need to target specifically. And I think it all starts with, and you see his picture here, late-round quarterback target number 1, Hendon Hooker. Now, if you watch him, he's a guy that I think continually got better there for the Volunteers. Yes, was a 2-year starter for him, as well as came over from Virginia Tech. But in those 2 years in Tennessee, he really did some good things, especially when you account the fact, 31 touchdowns in his, first senior year, something like that, and then 27 touchdown passes and only 2 interceptions. You're seeing a guy that does not make a lot of mistakes. Excuse me. He just continues to make the smart decision, the right decision. But also he's got some big playability. I definitely think he's a guy that you really want to consider bringing in nearly 9,000 passing yards in his career, completed about 67% of his passes, 80 touchdown passes against only 12 interceptions. Again, I think this is a guy that you're probably going to have to target in the 3rd round, a guy that, maybe late second if you want to trade down there. But I really like Hendon Hooker. I think he needs to be, if you don't go with C.J. Stroud or any of those guys with number 7, he's the guy you want to target definitely a little bit later on. Late round quarterback target number 2, Stetson Bennett. We're talking about a guy that's a 2-time national champion. Yes, he's going to be 26 in October. That's a little bit of a turnoff, but at the end of the day, if he's a late round guy, I don't think it's that necessarily, or it's not that big of a red flag. So yes, a 2-year starter there at Georgia. Hey, they won the title both years there. He also started for him in his junior. But at the end of the day, yes, did come in and do some really good things and kept the ship together. They were able to win 2 national titles under his leadership. I think he's a guy that, there's something to be said about guys that can just win, just flat out win and get the job done. And it's not like he didn't absolutely contribute to that. I think he could be a guy that does some special things for you. And I think he would be worth taking at least, in that 4th to 5th round, consideration. If he falls to you in the 6th or 7th, you got to run that card to the podium, because I think Stetson Bennett, he's going to have some teams that are definitely looking at him. A late round quarterback target number 3 that I do think the Raiders definitely need to take a serious look at, Max Duggan. That's right, coming up out of TCU. Max Duggan, to me, who was in the Heisman Trophy running there, I think he's a guy that really intrigues a lot of people, including myself. So a total of 73 touchdown passes at his 4 years with TCU, 28 interceptions, as well as over 9,600 passing yards. He's a guy that, really exploded this year. You saw what he did with Quentin Johnston. I really think that with what he can do in the run game as well with the pass game, I think he is a dual threat guy that kind of surprises you with his athleticism. So I think he's a guy that the Raiders need to take a serious look at as well, because there's something to be said for a quarterback that, yes, can sling it, and another one that will keep defenses honest with his legs, because I don't know, I just feel like that's been missing for too long with the Raiders. Like there's just, or maybe it's never it's been missing for too long. Let's put it that way. So I think that the Raiders are in a position where getting a guy, like if you address defense in some minor offensive pieces like right guard and right tackle throughout most of the draft, and then get Max Duggan in the 7th, I think that's, that is definitely a winner in my market. Like that is definitely an A+ draft for me, because I think he's a guy you can get in the 6th and 7th, and just you got to be comfortable with where that is. So, but that's it. Those are our 3 late round quarterback targets that the Raiders need to absolutely go after or do their homework on. Let us know what you guys think, and make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. We love all of you. In the description, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com, or put in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover. But let us know what you guys think about our 3 late round quarterbacks that the Las Vegas Raiders need to target.